Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Friday afternoon, January 6th. We are looking at window traders market profile of the ES and SPY. So we said in this morning's video, pretty much a couple of things that could happen, right? We could open up in yesterday's range, or we can gap higher or lower after this non-farm payroll. Well, we did gap higher. It didn't hold. They ripped down into yesterday's range. A and B was pretty ferocious price-wise, and then the buyers got their act together, and we go trend up and finish with a very, very strong day, strong week overall, and the buyers have to be happy as we start this new year. Now, I had a decent day. I'm frustrated. Look, I talk about this all the time. Nobody's going to be as honest as I am. I think I saw this day excellent, and I had a very good morning, did nothing in the afternoon. I went long once in K period. So very frustrated at myself. When we were trading two-sided here, some people were thinking, maybe we give it up. Look, I pride myself on seeing the market, and that's why for $30 a month, that's what I'm giving you. It's not about my trades. It's about showing you what the market's doing and why to help you make your trading decisions. And there were some people that were like, maybe this rolls. And I'm like, this isn't rolling anywhere, because we always talk about the strength, the context of the day. Who's in charge? Well, the buyers couldn't have been more in charge today. They had, that checklist sheet. They got everything on it. They had the gap, but that filled, so they lost that. But then they had value. They got the overnight high. They were above the opening. Lowest accepted price. B's low. We'll go over that in a minute. IB high. One time framing up a good part of the day. Single prints. Triple distribution day. Indices higher, and they raised POC. There's 10 things on my checklist. The buyers had all 10 at one point. So it shows you how strong. So the odds of us... When we were here in this two-sided trade, the odds of us going here, I said, well, at best 10%. They'll never be zero. But I said the odds making a new high was certainly a lot higher than 10%, probably at 75, 80%. Not only did we finally make a new high, we got another distribution out of it. And I didn't take advantage of it. So that's why I'm frustrated. I did have a good day. A period, I was lucky to break even. A period was all over the place, even though there was some very visual trades initially that I didn't take. The first one was when we were going down. I said they're going to fill the gap. I tried to get short, didn't get that. Then the second one was as soon as they filled the gap. I should have went long because we got a nice push. Yes, we got a push lower after that, but not initially. And then the first one was when we opened up and we couldn't get the overnight high. That was a nice short. So that's a decent risk-reward short the first time, because a lot of times we front-run that in ES and SPY. So I saw 3 visual trades in take any, and then I scrambled my ass off in A on both sides of the market, long and short, to break even. Okay. B period, when it finally got its legs towards the end, I started long in it. I got long twice. C period, I did excellent on a 6-lot long. So I was very happy with that. D period, I took a long because we had single prints. So like I said, A was lucky to break even. B, I made small. C did well. And then D, I did well. But I should not have I didn't get lulled, because I said, I thought what would happen. It's just that I just have a harder time on the trend days up, even a triple trend day up. And then believe it or not, because we were doing this, I actually took a small short that I took off for a quick 2-point loss. Once I thought maybe we were going to pop E and come back in and get a wider POC. Once we started going, I'm like, forget it. Took it off for a small loss. And a good thing I did. And I took one small long in K. So we go out with a triple distribution day, 2 sets of singles in J and C. That's ES and SPY. Qs go out with 3 sets, J, I, and C. They're a triple distribution day. Russell, only 1 set of singles, double distribution day. Now, as far as destinations, losing my voice. Listen up on the upside in SPY. We have today's high, which is 389.25. Okay? And then I know there's the 50-day moving average. Above that, our next destination is 395.25 and fill in the gap at 396.31. So if they ever get acceptance above the 50, this market's going to run. To the downside, single prints. 387.71 to 386.85. Single prints, 374.99 to 383.96. Lowest accepted price, 380.75. Today's low of 379.45. What's the lowest accepted price? It's hard to see here because I'm in 10-tick increments, but when we're in ones, you see these in 1 penny increments. This is where A closed at 10 o'clock. B opened a penny above it and exploded. When it's far enough away from the day's low, it generally happens closer to the day's high, below A's high. But this time it was lower, but I'm still going to use it because we came out with force and never saw it again. Look at the 15-minute pause. That's why I got long in B. Remember I said I started getting long in B, 6 lot in C, long in D, and then we went sideways. But again, I should have been ready to go when the market went higher. So that's where the lowest accepted price is. NES. Today's high of 28.75, and then that's a weekly high, and then a daily high of 85.25 and filling the gap of 97 from December 15th. To the downside, single prints 12.75 to 04.50. Second set 85.25 to 75. 42.50 is your lowest accepted price, and 29 is your daily low. Now let's recap all 3 of these charts. Obviously this video is longer. Been trying to keep the mornings to under 5, the afternoons to under 7. So, all right. But with the charts end of the week, hopefully it's worth it. And thank you again very much for liking and subscribing to this channel. Look at Russell. Russell seems to be in balance forever. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is month 9. So balance on the monthly, no change. Weekly. Now, this looks the same like us. It's balanced, though, because they didn't even have an inside week last week. So this is balanced totally. We had an inside week in ES and SPY. So the balance high is this week. Balance low is last week. So it's balance. You take out this week's high, it'll go up. Daily. Again, I would call it, how much did they stretch their daily high by? The balance high. Just give me 177.32 by about 70 cents. Again, some people might keep this balance to up, or you can call it up, whichever you like. So monthly is balance, weekly balance, daily is maybe up or balance to up. But they're trying, aren't they, Russell? Qs. Monthly is balanced. They got a lot of work to do on the monthly, right? They're on a solid 4-month balance or 5, depending on what you want to use. Weekly. Just came into balance. Why? Because they were down coming into this week, right? So now you could use this. I would use probably a 3-week balance. I would probably use the week of December 19th. That high, 274.78 as my weekly high. Some people will say if we take out this week's high, they're up. Again, subjective. Daily, certainly balanced because they really haven't come out of it. So the monthly is balanced, the weekly balance, and the daily, again, balance. Now, let's go to ES and SPY. Balance on the monthly, that's clear. Now, we came out of an inside week. You can call it up since we took out these 2 weekly highs and closed above it. Even it wouldn't have mattered if we closed above it or not. Or you can call it balance and see if we take out today's high next week, and then we'd be firmly up. Up to you. Up to you. I'm going to call it up for now. I'm going to give the buyers their due. And then the daily, again, I'm calling it up. We took out this balance. We got above the 20. We got very close to the 50 by about 40 cents. So now, one other thing. Remember we spoke about the 20 crossing, and we made new lows on the year. Now keep in mind what could happen here. Each time we did that last year, look at the way the 20 really disconnected from the 50. Pretty good, right? Got away from it. Here again. Got away from it. Here again. Now, is that going to happen this time? Or, since we came out of this huge balance, if the buyers get their act together, I told you, there's very, very little above us here. So if they get acceptance above the 50 and start staying up here, guess what? Instead of getting disconnected from the 50, we can come back and start curling towards it to go back to the other side. So that's why we always say these things as day traders, nothing is set in stone. Nothing. Always have an eraser on hand. It's easy to say, oh, 3 times we made this low. We're going to make a new low. No, that's not what I was saying. What I was saying is we have to be aware of it. But we also have to be aware now, if this day holds, if we take back today on Monday, well, then again, we saw that a lot in 2022. Then nothing's changed. But it's a fresh year, so I'm going to give the buyers their due. So if they do start getting some legs above the 50 and towards 400, then that scenario is going to change as far as those two moving averages. Hope you had a good day trading. Rest up, enjoy the weekend, and we'll speak prior to the opening on Monday.